This message is from Jesus, part 5 of the message, How Divine Love Enters the Soul. These are the Paget messages. I know that many men believe that the performance of church duties and the observation of the requirements of the church as to baptism and the sacraments, etc., will be sufficient to enable them to get into the kingdom. But I tell you that they are all wrong, and that their disappointment will be very great when they come into the spirit world. What are called moral deeds and good thoughts will not cause this inflowing of the divine love, because these things are necessary steps towards the purification of the soul in its natural love. And no matter how pure this love may become, yet it is not the divine love or any portion of it. Good thoughts and deeds, though, may help to turn the aspirations of the soul to these higher conditions and open up its perceptions to a degree that may lead to prayer and faith. And therefore, in addition to their work of purifying the natural love, may prove to be of great value in assisting men towards the development of the soul so that the divine love may enter it. But to depend on good thoughts and moral deeds and a life pure from sin to give man the right to an entrance into the celestial kingdom is a great mistake. The divine love is a thing entirely apart from the nature of man, even if it in its purest state, and was never conferred on man as was the natural love, and consequently when man obtains this divine love and it becomes a part of his soul qualities, his nature, as it were, changes, and he becomes a new creature. An additional something has been conferred upon him, and it becomes impossible for him to remain the mere man that he was, and he always would be, except for this change in his nature. I know that men do not understand the distinction between a man with only the natural love and one with the divine love, but the distinction is so great that the one, when possessed to a sufficient degree, makes the man a part of divinity, while the other, no matter how fully possessed and how pure it may become, makes man merely man, though a perfect one. Whoever will pray in sincerity for the inflowing of the divine love will receive it. It is not a respecter of persons, and the sincere aspirations of the soul of any man, be he prince or peasant, rich or poor, will invariably cause this love to come into his soul and change his nature, so that he will become a new creature, and one not subject to death forevermore. The merely intellectual prayers are not efficacious, for it does not have any effect in opening up the soul, and neither does much of this praying do the work. One little moment of this true praying will be more effective in causing this divine love to flow towards the soul than a whole lifetime of idle repetition of prayers that come from a source merely mental. And here let me say that the mind is not the soul, and much less God. Well, I think I have made plain how this love flows into a man's soul, and in addition what its effect is when possessed by man. There is nothing in all God's universe that can take its place for the purpose of making a man at one with the Father and of causing him to become divine insofar as he possesses this love. So I say to all men, pray and never cease to pray for the inflowing of this love. For there is no limit to its abundance or the amount which man or spirit can obtain. Always in the celestial heavens, we spirits continually pray for an increased bestowal, and always our prayers are answered, but always there is more to follow. I must not write more tonight. I am satisfied with the correctness of your receiving my message, and will come again and write you another. With all my love and blessings, I am your brother and friend, Jesus. Again, these are the Paget messages channeled 100 years ago by Jesus and his disciples. This is volume 2, available on Amazon, and free PDFs available at divinelove.org.